Hi everyone, welcome back to Python Code Nemesis. In today's video, we'll be looking at this article on Medium, which I have written some time ago. It's around 8 months ago. So, Demystifying HTTP Status Codes, a Comprehensive Guide. HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, is the foundation of data communication on the World Wide Web. Whenever you request a web page, upload a file, or interact with a web application, you engage in a series of HTTP exchanges. One crucial aspect of these changes is the HTTP status code, a three-digit number that provides information about the outcome of your request. In this article, we'll dive into some of the most common HTTP status codes, understanding what each one means and when it's encountered. Why are we doing this? It's because a lot of times you would go directly into a job not having known much about these things unless you have developed a lot. So that's why we're looking into this. The first one is 200 OK, the standard response. The HTTP 200 OK status code is the standard response for a successful HTTP request. When you receive a 200 OK, your request is processed successfully and the server delivers the requested content. For example, when you visit a web page or fetch data from an API, a 200 OK status indicates that everything went as expected. 201 created, resource successfully created. When you submit a data to a server that results in creating a new resource, which is basically a post request, the server responds with a 201 created status code. This indicates that your request was successful and a new resource has been successfully created. For instance, when you submit a form to create a new user account, the server might respond with a 201 created status and the URL of the new created user resource. 204 no content, empty response. Sometimes you might need to send a request to the server that doesn't require a response body. The 204 no content status code indicates that server successfully processed the request but has nothing to send back in the response body. This is common for actions like updating data where a response body isn't necessary. 206 partial content, serving range of data. When downloading a large file or streaming video content, the server might not send the entire content in a single response. The 206 partial content status code indicates that the server sends only a portion of the content, usually in response to a request specifying a byte range. This is useful for resumable downloads and efficient content streaming. 400 bad request client error. The 400 bad request status code indicates that the server cannot process the request due to a client error. This could happen due to malformed syntax in the request, missing parameters, or other issues on the client's end. So you are sending a request and there is something wrong with the request that you're sending to the server. When you encounter a 400 bad request, it's a signal to review your request and ensure it's correctly structured. 404 not found, resource not found. One of the most common recognizable status codes, 404 not found, is returned when the server cannot locate the requested resource. This could be a missing web page, API endpoint, or any other resource. When you visit a URL that doesn't exist or access a resource that has been moved or deleted, the server responds with a 404 status, letting you know the requested content could not be located. 500 internal server error. When something goes wrong on the server's end and prevents it from fulfilling the request, the 500 internal server error status code is returned. This could be due to misconfigured server settings, server overload, or unexpected errors in the server-side code. When a 500 error indicates a server issue, it doesn't provide specific details about what went wrong. 503 service unavailable. Similar to the 500 error, the 503 service unavailable status code indicates that the server cannot currently handle the request. This could be due to server maintenance, temporary overload, or reasons that make the server unavailable. A 503 status suggests the server might be back online later. Now next we have some Python examples to reproduce these error codes. So this is a code sample that you can run locally. So you just copy paste it into an app.py file and then run it. And then you can just hit these endpoints to see what the response is. This is just a small piece of code, but the point of having these codes is that when you have like a really like complex application and then you also have a UI with it and then some part of the UI is breaking, you can go to the network tab and check what happened, why, which of the URLs is giving a like a red, it's going to be highlighted in red. And what is the status code? Is it something wrong that you are sending from the UI, or is it something that the backend hasn't been able to handle? So that helps you to debug faster. And I feel like initially nobody actually teaches you this. This is something you learn along the way, but it's always better to know beforehand, and hence the video. So that's it for this article. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave feedback or questions in the comments, and I'll definitely check them out. Thanks again. Have a great day.